Dear friends, what you can see here in the backdrop is Ameenpur Lake. This lake is also the first Biodiversity Heritage Site of India. The development around this area is having pressure over this particular wetland. The wetland have number of bird species, amphibians, reptiles, even mammals. Ameenpur Lake is not declared as Ramsar site in the state of Telangana. Fish-eating birds like cormorants, darter, pond heron, even grey heron. This wetland, which was once 300 acre of land, now it has just been left with 39 acre of land here. And here you can see that a time when there used to be hundreds and thousands of birds, but now it has just shrunk to only few of the birds which we can see perching on the tree. One day this tree will be lost, it will be cut to make houses, buildings and construction, and one day this habitat will be lost, these birds will be lost. Dear friends, what you can see here in the backdrop is Ameenpur Lake in Sangareddy District of the state of Telangana. This lake is also the first Biodiversity Heritage Site of India. But unfortunately, what we can see is that the development around this area is having pressure over this particular wetland. Now, when you look at wetland, the wetland have number of bird species, amphibians, reptiles, even mammals. Now, we as humans depend on wetlands for our food resource, for aquaculture, for our drinking water supply. Now, such wetlands, if get encroached by human development and they are destroyed, then one day will face the crisis of not having water. Even Ramsar site in India, whichever we come across, they all based on Ramsar Convention tells us that wetland as an important aquatic ecosystem provide us a very valuable source of groundwater. Now, although Ameenpur Lake is not declared as Ramsar site in the state of Telangana, but today, because of the urbanization and the rapid development of human population and the growth is affecting badly this particular lake and the wetland there. In the background, trees which has got fish-eating birds like cormorants, darter, pond heron, even grey heron. Now I can see those kind of birds in the part of the wetland, and you can see here this tree, which is dried with without leaves, provides the habitat for nesting of birds, at the same time roosting of birds provided by this particular wetland there. We have to also understand that this wetland becomes very, very important to protect not only the wildlife, but also it gives us a lot of important aspect of aesthetic or beauty and recreational purpose. Because here we can see the beautiful lake in the background and can have that kind of climate moderation effect. Now, what you see right now, this is a very poisonous common weed. Now we are finding everywhere in the country. It is called as Parthenium. Now this weed, being an exotic plant, right, introduced to India from outside, has become pervasive to everywhere. And now what is happening, such kind of weeds growing in front of the wetland is basically a kind of threat to this lake. At the same time, here whatever the wildlife is there. You all know that Lantana camara, another exotic plant which is an invasive alien species, has created a lot of problem to our agriculture, horticulture and other ecosystems. Plus, there was a news about Juliflora prosopis being another invasive alien species, what is called in Tamil semi-caruvelum. It has become monster in the state of Tamil Nadu. They absorb water and create a problem. Now this is weed, Parthenium, which has poisonous nature. So if any animal graze on it, will have a direct impact. At the same time, there are a number of birds around this lake, right, which are fish-eating birds. In case if any species get this particular weed or any kind of extract of the weed, it will have direct impact on this. So invasive species are now considered to be a big threat for ecosystems and wildlife. Can you hear the sound of the birds? I can hear a sound of a bird which is a pond heron. Now pond heron depends on fish found in the wetland here. One of the very important bird is the cormorant here, which is in a group in the backdrop on the tree. They are perching there. There is also grey heron, a big size heron I can see just on the part of the vegetation where this particular heron is standing there and perching on the part of vegetation. Now all these birds depend on the fish, and the fish as a part of wetland. As the progress, as the development taking place around Ameenpur Lake, these birds are losing their habitats. What you will find in due course of time, all these habitats, the trees, their staying place will be destroyed for rampant construction and building homes here. So we will be losing the birds, we will be losing their homes, and we will be losing this wetland. Dear friends, so you can see here, this wetland which was once 300 acre of land, now it has just been left with 39 acre of land here. And you can feel the thing here. Around this area, a lot of developments have happened now, which is having a lot of pressure on this particular wetland there. Now you know that wetland, particularly in urban areas, has a lot of importance. The wetland is not only habitat of important birds and reptiles, amphibians and living organisms, but wetlands also serve as important function in terms of moderation of climate. So what we find right now, this lake, a beautiful lake, which is a very, very important part of Sangareddy District of Hyderabad, is now on brink of extinction. That's why I always keep on saying that we need development. We need development, but not at the cost of environment, not at the cost of wildlife. Our development should be pro-environment, sustainable manner, so that our future generation should also get the same kind of lake, the view, the aesthetic aspect, and the wildlife what we as present generation enjoy, that kind of a beauty of the nature. At the same time, whatever function we are getting, same our future generation should get. But unfortunately, we as people are not able to understand the role of wetlands, and we're losing it. And here you can see that a time when there used to be hundreds and thousands of birds, but now it has just shrunk to only few of the birds which we can see perching on the tree. One day this tree will be lost, it will be cut to make houses, buildings and construction, and one day this habitat will be lost, these birds will be lost. So this is what is called paradise lost. We are losing a paradise of our country in such a kind of development, and this is one of the very important kind of case study. One can take that, a beautiful lake which is historically important, now we are losing it.